Hello my friends, John LaRuffa here with another Unbiased unboxing, and in this episode we're going to be looking at the big box of Railroad ink that I just got from Kickstarter. Alright, let's take a look. And as usual, people, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as it's the only way I'm going to gain more subscribers. Duh, but that's the truth. Okay, so I just got this from the fulfillment, and let's go ahead and see exactly what we've got. The box outside has kind of a signature ink-like look, which is kind of cool. All right, be careful I don't scratch it as I'm opening it up. Now I have the original blue version of Railroad ink, and I liked it a lot over the years. Played it a bunch of times, had it for a couple of years. Still in my collection, which is always a good thing. So when I saw this, I said, shoot, this looks like more of a good thing. Let's go ahead and give it the old Kickstarter try. All right. And as I open it up, you kind of see what I see right off the bat. So we've got the, let's see if I can get all this stuff out here. So we've got this purple set here, and also the yellow. These are different challenges, and then this, which is a placeholder for both the red and the blue, I believe. Okay, so this is the main expansion here, the purple box, and they're all individually wrapped, which makes sense because you never know what people are going to be getting. Maybe they're getting all in one or whatever. So, in said purple box, I like that the art kind of sticks with the same theme. All right, that's a magnetic opening there, and we have all sorts of the little expansions here loaded in there. That's cool. Plus, we've got a bunch of boards here. So let's take a look at these boards first. All right, so this is the Railroad Ink Challenge. And we've got 1, 2, 3 of those colors, and then we have this here, which, I mean, I can't remember. Now, it's been so long since I kickstarted this. There's my kids running across the house like there's a fire going on or something. Hopefully there isn't. Okay, but anyway, you do have the 6-player colors, I think, laced in here. Or no, 4-player colors laced in here. So here's one right there. And here, and here, and these are all, I believe, different. They all correspond to one of these. I'm sorry, I should have said player colors. You know, it just it's been so long. They let's see if there's any indication that I'm actually telling the truth on that. I mean, they are all different colors for sure, but they all seem to be they're not identical. See, like this one. For instance, this one has different information over here. These have different stuff on the top. So these are all corresponding, I guess, to, I don't know, different things. But that's not that helpful, so I apologize. Let's see if we get the rest of it when I open this up. This has the look of a big board here, actually. Okay, so this is a fold-out bigger version, and then an even bigger one too, so that's cool. So lots of different options on this. Very nice. And I think you're going to have 4 of the same, I would assume, because you do have, let me just see if it's 4 of the same. Yeah, those look identical. So that's what you'll get here in case, you know, you're having 4 people playing that. Just want to be 100% sure and honest with you guys that we are looking at 4 identical boards. Yeah, these are identical here in their contents. So we've got 4 of these, and I'm sure these are the same. Okay, and then we have a bunch of the dice expansions in here. We'll just have our custom dice. So let's pull these out. Take a look at those as the main attraction in just a second. We've got inside here is just a placeholder. There's nothing in that. It's empty. It just makes for the box to fit, I suppose. We do have the 4 player colors in the marker. And we have different cards here corresponding to, I'm sure, one of the sets of expansions. So you've got some, these are glossy cards that you could potentially write on, and they're thick. So I would say they do not need to be sleeved, which is cool. And so these are different city cards showing kind of how you start most likely off your game. Okay. And they are double-sided, so that was side number 1, and then you've got side number 2 here. Very cool. All right. So those were some of the cards you need for some of the things. And then we've got this other set, which, you know, I'm sure corresponds to the different dice that we have there. But overall, these components are very straightforward and easy to see what they're doing. Very clear. And I do like the fact that they are you know, plastic laminated like cards versus paper ones. It fits, it's the same kind of material as that. So that's good. Okay. So let's take a look at what we get with these different packs of dice, which is kind of the main event. All right, so first in the red box, we have the futuristic dice. I hope I don't ruin these things by opening them up in a rough state. Okay, we have these itty bitty rules here. Oh, all right, tells you the difficulty, the rounds, city builder dice. Okay, different kinds of things you've got. So these are 4 dice here. Good quality, the same plastic that you'd expect from that you had from the base game. So these are the kind of different symbols. Got what looks like aliens and other things. Lots of different things here. So that's 2, most likely 2 expansions there. The 2 for futuristic. I'm guessing it's like that. Maybe it's not. I don't think you'd play with all 4 at once, but we'll find out. Let me go ahead and set this back here so we can kind of get an idea a little more. Oh, and, you know, I didn't actually show you the rule book here. We're doing it all a little bit out of order here. So this one talks about how you handle that giant board, the solo board, the epic board, how do you do with the expansion goals, rivers and lakes and lava and meteor, etc. So these rivers and lakes have to do with the original games, and then the lava and the meteor, the same thing. So, all right, then we've got this Underground Railroad expansion here. Where did I put my little opener? There we go. Okay. Now in this case, we have another miniature-sized explanation of what you're doing. That's upside down. Let's try it right side up. So that kind of tells you about this particular type of setup, what you're going for. And on the die, oh, there's a second one here. So that was the first one. Now you have the second one here. So you're going to have, basically looks like 2 pages worth of information on these. I didn't miss anything. Nope, I didn't miss anything on that one. All right, and then what do the dice look like? Okay, so these are kind of cool. They're sort of see-through. So they're thematic in that underground-like deal where you've got water pipes here, it looks like, and maybe that's electrical. So very cool. All right, so there's that one. Wish there was a way for me to open these a little faster for you folks. Gotta keep myself organized. All right, and now we've got the Eldritch one here. So, are we going to be horrified? Most likely. You could tell I'm worried about it. All right, here we go. I'm only horrified if I'm missing components. That's the only thing that horrifies me. Okay, so we've got, again, 2 more of these. I'm going to spare opening them up because I don't think you really need to see that. But you do have the signature green and the signature purple, so that's cool. This one looks a little bit more purple than the other one. I don't know if that's just the way it looks or whatever, but it's like purple and lighter purple, and this is darker green and slightly lighter green. But either way, you got the tentacle die, which is kind of cool. All right. Some magnifying glasses, some footsteps, etc. And then on here you've got different icons, A, B, and C, and also maybe those are different spawning portals or something. So that's cool. All right, put those aside. Then we have this one, which is the Engineer expansion. And being an engineer, I am, of course, a little taken by anything that says engineer on it. Why not? Chemical engineering from study, although it's not what I really do for a living anymore, but that's where my educational roots are. Okay. So in this case, we have what appears to be some more of those kind of like bridge things. Then you have this one which has different faces and symbols on it, and then here with some different kinds of intersections or that lack thereof, kind of heading away from one another, non-intersections. And then just like before, in this case there is just one rule book, not 2. We've had from the other ones. And then electricity also. Big fan of power plants and such. Again, I am an engineer. So that's why all these expansions really kind of spoke to me, because they're all kind of fun things that I like. I like infrastructure, so to speak. All right. And now with these 4 dice, we have big, huge lightning bolts and, you know, some other different types of roads with what look like light fixtures on them. All right, so those are cool. And 1 rule book in that one. So as you can see, there's going to be a lot to explore with this, and that's always fun. I like a lot to explore. Now, this is the arcade version, so go ahead and get my kids with their retro style love of gaming. Maybe they would find this mildly intriguing, who knows? All right, so here is the arcade. It's kind of pink, it looks washed down that light, but here we have 2 rule books again, so 2 different things going on in this one. And I wonder, no. They're both in English. Okay, here we have 4 very different looking dice. You've got this green one that kind of makes you think of centipede, and then this one, the rainbows and the weather die. Of course, this guy who has, it's kind of a square version of everybody's circular friend, and then look at this alien, so to speak, guy. So you got those. They wouldn't want to get a real license. I don't blame them. I'd come up with something just similar enough, but not the real McCoy, so that I wouldn't have to pay for the licensing fee. Okay, and finally, Big Sky expansion. And although I did not live in Montana, I did live in the Rocky Mountains for a while down in New Mexico. So Big Sky is pretty close. The sky's pretty big down there too. You can see a long way. Used to live there many years ago. Okay. And on these, we're getting some weather dice here, so you can see that. The old snowflakes, the clouds, thunderstorms. There you go. And same thing on that die, and then you have these two dice that have some trains and looks like paths, but also these other symbols. Why aren't you focusing? There we go. All right. And in this one, a single rule book. Okay, so that's all the expansions in the purple. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what you get with these two other ones. So we've got this Ink Challenge yellow. All right, and in the yellow one, I'm expecting to see some specific player boards. Coming summer 2021, oh, that'll be fun. I love me some good board game apps, so that would be cool. Okay, and here we have the yellow one, and its associated rules and setup, etc., as you'd expect. Bonus points, goals. Interesting. Different kind of drafting mechanism for the dice there. All right. Come on. All right, and here are the boards. This is what we're looking at. Okay, so they're going to be different than, I think that's not the same. Yeah, it's different than this. It's a yellow, and I'm sure we have 4 or 6 of them. We have 4 of them. Okay. Dry erase markers. All right, standard white dice that look just like the ones from the original games. And then our thematic dice for this particular version, which have the desert feel to it. So desert, here you go, there's New Mexico. Maybe those are like rivers or whatever. Roads, some sun. So that's cool. Ooh, the lake. Maybe an oasis. All right, and the cards to top it all off. Again, that same feel, that same thickness before. So we've got different gold cards here for this particular one. Okay. So you have different backs depending on what you're trying to play. Cool. All right, so you got that. Let's now take a look what's in the green. This is going long, but that's okay. There's a lot to unbox in this one, so I'm trying to be as quick as I can. Not waste anybody's time. And again, not featured here is the red and the blue boxes because I didn't order those with this. And maybe you have those from previous times, and if you don't, I'm sure there's a million unboxing videos out there of those. Okay, and here comes the green one. So this is the Lush edition. Board game addiction. Where would that happen? Okay, we somehow got some hot glue on the inside of ours. We'll have to gingerly remove that. And here's our Lush Green Edition book. As we go through it, you get that different feeling, that different theme the whole way. So this draft mode is going to be interesting. I got to see what that's all about. Maybe that was always in the original. I don't know. I only ever played the original one player, but I certainly don't remember a draft mode like that. You can also play it from remote. So there you go. You can do that now too. Okay, and let's see what's in the green pack. I like rolling dice, so when it comes down to it, I'd rather roll my own, so to speak. Okay, and these are nice green. Look at that. That looks nice. And there's what we got here for that. So these are different pictures. As were, I'm sure, the other pictures on the other ones, the yellows and such. They have different ones. Looking at the backs there, just you can see the different futuristic pictures from that. That is actually part of the pink. These were the yellows. See, I'm putting them all over the place. So this is more of a out west sort of feel, deserty kind of action there. All right, more dry erase, more regular dice, which I'm not going to pull out. Then we have these lush dice over here, which have different forests and rails and roads going through the forests. Same thing over here. And then over here we dropped the die. We have what looks like the ridge, you know, different crags and maybe mountains or streams. It could be streams too. It's probably a stream. That's what my guess is on that one. All right. And then finally a pack of gold cards. All right, so we've got different goals trying to get these things going. So tons of different content here. And that's about the size of it. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I'm John LaRuffa. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe to my videos if you haven't done so already. And if you're getting this or whatever you're doing next, I hope that you enjoy yourself. Take it easy, everybody.